legitimate long-term illnesses are actually going to struggle to get long-term treatments. They're going to struggle to get help with their disorders, with diseases, because they are going to struggle to get hospital appointments, which are being cancelled, access to GPs, which is being severely restricted now. People with very long-term often painful conditions are now going to struggle. Essential appointments are now being cancelled. We are seeing, cutbacks on an epic scale. And it's like, wait a minute. You are clearing hospitals for potential illnesses and stopping people who have real existing illnesses, therefore getting help, treatment and support. Does that make any sense? Doesn't that sound a bit illogical and a bit mean-spirited? What about the poor people that actually have long-term conditions? But I still do think that they may well be able to get some, however much more limited support at least. And I hope that other members of the community, especially their family and other people supporting them, will rally around and support them all the more. And I actually think there could be some benefits from this. I was heartened to hear that over 250,000 people have volunteered for free to help in NHS to support patients. And I think that's a wonderful thing, and that's a testament to how much care and compassion people do have for strangers and for others. I think that's a really wonderful thing and heartening to hear that. But actually, just to say, as a long-term thing, we have had a woeful, in this country, but I think more broadly, we have lacked the number of staff and had a huge shortage of the number of staff that we need in social care. We've been lacking literally hundreds of thousands of people, millions. The work is much, but the hands are few. And home care has had a desperation for social care workers for so many years, a desperate shortage. And if anything, I hope this situation makes people aware of that, and that it's a call to arms, that lots of people will rush to try and help as many people that are desperately needing that. Because you know what? We have an extreme shortage of the amount of people that are willing to do it. Home care workers get paid minimum wage because they have to pay for their own petrol, and because they're travelling between visits, which they don't get paid for. Sometimes it works out as less than the minimum wage, in fact. Sometimes they're working for £6 an hour, £6 or £7 an hour, to visit people with chronic diseases, terminal illnesses in their own home. The elderly, the disabled, people that are sick, people with mental and physical health problems, people that have got social anxiety disorders, people that have got a whole range of different things and need help at home. So we have had a chronic shortage in social care and an underfunding of it for not just years, but in fact decades. And I hope, if nothing else positive that comes out of this, is that we all rally around to help others that are really needing our support and are vulnerable and have needed it for many years anyway. And I hope it really is a wake-up call to many people that our fellow brethren, our fellow humans, need our help, need our support, and that one day we could be in a position where we need that. We could have an accident, we could have an illness, we could get old through no fault of our own. We could be reliant and needing other people's support. So I do believe it's our duty to help other people, whether we're getting minimum wage and it's a struggle and it's long hours and it's difficult. Yes, I know it can be. I only did it for 18 months, but I would say I found it extremely rewarding. It was a learning curve. I met many interesting people, and it's a great opportunity, in fact, and I would recommend anyone do it. And I would say it's a really great way to meet people. And if any good blessing comes out of this whole thing, that it reminds us that we do need to be there to support people, and especially the most isolated and vulnerable people that need us, not just at these times. I'm sick of hearing this, like, through these hard times, may we support each other. Bollocks. Can we support each other through all times? Not just through these times. Through all times. We always need to support each other every year, every hour of well, not every hour, of course, but all the weeks of every month of every year for all our lifetimes. We need to be there supporting each other. It needs to be a vocation and a way of life. You know, I'm not saying that it needs to be, you know, you can't be selfless and it can't be something that occupies your every waking moment. You need to live. You need to do things that interest and occupy your time and that are good for you. But it is good to take time out to support others and to do things for them too. You know, look after other people the way you want to be looked after. And so I think a lot of people are there helping and supporting people much more, perhaps as a result of this.